All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what your child would want to have to bring to school. First of all, we have a binder, and a 1-inch binder is sufficient. Don't get anything bigger than a 1-inch. Half-inch is kind of small. It's hard to snap things into it. And then a few section dividers in the binder is handy as well. One of the most important things is going to be dry erase markers, since we're doing gallery learning and writing all over our whiteboards all over the room. The students mostly need dark colored white dry erase markers. The lighter colored can be used to decorate things, but we're not going to use these very often. They mainly need a good supply of the darker colored markers. They also are going to need pencils, obviously. If they have a device, these are handy to have. These stylus, I don't know how you say plural of stylus, styli. So yeah, they'll want to have a stylus. Highlighter is real important to have in our class, and a dark colored pen. No bright pink pens and things like that, but something that's a dark blue or a black ink pen, like a ballpoint pen. Now, once they get all these supplies, in order to keep track of them and not have them get misplaced, it's a great idea for the students to write their class number on a little tiny piece of paper. You can see barely there. There's a class number. And take some tape and then wrap it around the object like this. You can see the class number is right here with some tape around it. And that way, if they misplace the object someplace, we can get it back to them. So I strongly encourage you to do that with all markers and the stylus, the pencils, the dry erase markers in particular. Some lined paper, it would be good, and they can get any kind of lined paper. Wide rule is fine. Stickies, we might use sometimes. Post-it notes. An eraser is a really good thing to have, a nice big eraser, and then take a black ballpoint pen and write your name on that. And then, of course, having reading material at home is very important. I have an extensive class library here at school, but the children will need to have a book at home to read. And what I encourage them to do is just have that one book that they read from beginning to end at home. They leave it at home, they don't bring it to school, and then as soon as they finish that book, grab another book. Of course, you can go to the library and check out books. You can actually get about 30 books at a time at the public library, so your child can grab several books, not of course reading all of them, but that way they have a choice. Once they get home, if they don't like one, they can switch to a different one. And then if your child has a device like an iPad or some sort of a mobile device, and they want to bring that to school, that would be awesome. We probably won't be able to get them connected to the internet, but they can use it for taking pictures of their work, and then they can upload that when they get home. Of course, none of this stuff is required. I can get it for your child if it's a problem for you to get it, but these are the suggested items. And if your child does bring a device to school, it needs to be in a real sturdy case. Never send your child to school with a device that would be easily broken if it's dropped, because it's not if they're going to drop it, it's when they drop it and what's going to happen to that device. And then at home, I've got plenty of rulers at school for your child to use, but you're going to want to have a ruler at home in case your child has to finish up some math problems at home that require a ruler. So you can grab those at the store for about $1 or so. So there they are, all the supplies that would be real helpful for your child to have this year in my class.